strengths.
critical missing cards are. But it's hard to it's certainly not worth criticizing. It's just interesting.
It is.
And now let's see if we get a heart continuation to continue the tap. I think we do. And I think that Bill is likely to go down in this hand because um, there's a lot of work to be done he could still make
Well,
it.
he
But
could
ace
just
of
soft
spade,
drop it,
well,
right?
he could play ace of spades, rough of spade,
Rough a
uh,
heart, rough a
up a
spade,
heart, rough of
overall.
spade. So he can be done, but we'll see if he does it.
I think he's gonna actually.
And for those of you watching on YouTube, Twitch, or even through the Lovebridge platform, welcome to the program. Feel free to drop your questions, comments into the chat.
And now well, now he's going to go down. Well, no, actually, Finn, he's not going to go down. He's going to make it if he should exit a club here instead of playing a diamond. I don't like that.
Yeah, diamond throwing. Yeah, he should play a club. Yeah.
All right, so he slipped to the end. He was playing a double dummy until the end. And of course, we have the advantage of looking at all four hands, which makes us look like geniuses.
Yeah, we all play amazingly well in this format, by the way. I'm impressed with our skills of reading all 52 cards.
I think Bill maybe he's a little tired, but in that three-card end position, if he just exits a club, he can always take a diamond finesse later in the hand. So that he slipped a little there. But again, we're looking at all four hands. It's a lot easier.
Yep.
Well, they may be forced to force even if Ish had the queen of diamonds, he might have to lead it if they mess up on the clubs. So it was right to lead a club neutrally. But you're right. He was definitely in the right line of play.
At the other table, we have, just for your references, gentlemen, North-South, Mike Camel, Eric Robinson, North and South in that respective order. And Aaron Jones is sitting west with Owen Lean as the East player.
And those two would have a unique title in bridge. They're two of the most talkative people at the table.
I had a drink with Owen the other night, so yes.
I'm friends with both of them. I'm friends with everybody on both teams probably, but Owen and Aaron can both talk your ear off. So
yeah. Well, Josh Don, he didn't learn to play bridge at my father's bridge club in Syracuse, but he played a lot. He played a lot of his first bridge at my father's bridge club in Syracuse, New York. So I've known him for a long, long time. Very fine player.
Oh yeah, he is now. We missed a potential slam swing here. Josh had the opportunity to either to bid three clubs or to bid three no. He does the ace king of hearts, and the king of hearts doesn't look like it's going to be a great card for slam, but he could have bid three clubs. It's a ratty suit, and then still gotten to three no. And if he had bid three clubs, he would have gotten a heart splinter from his partner, and they'd be in slam. So this could be a swing.
At the other table, they're efforting this auction right now. And North has gotten to raise clubs and show heart shortness on the auction that they've had. Because
Right, so South is wagging his tail at the other table. So I suspect this match is about to get closer.
Yeah, and Owen chose to just bid one heart with the East hand rather than two. So took a different approach and kind of gave him a little bit of room to get more of that info in there. Because now the splinter happens at the 3 level, and
well, it's just too hard. Pretty pushy. If South had better hearts, it could have gone check double potentially.
And by the way, in 3 no trump, if Finn had chosen to lead a spade instead of a heart, this hand would have been played much more slowly.
Right. Yeah,
it's true too.
Danger.
Both queen's missing.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna have a swing on this board, I suspect. And now let's look and see.
Look at Ish's hand here. I mean, they are actually not far away from 6 on this also.
6 is a fine contract in this because you can pitch the second club and dummy. Do you like 4 spades? Do you think the four spades does justice to this hand? I think it's.
I would more likely splinter than bid 4 spades, but I don't know. I don't know what their style is.
I think in the modern game, I think it's very common to play a lot of pairs, including me, are playing mixed raises directly, and this is, if anything, might be too good for a mixed raise. It's a
Right,
limit.
but if you played a
Yeah.
mixed raise that wasn't spades, you could conceivably mixed raise and then bid a game to kind of like show
Yeah,
something similar to this, right?
yeah. Or
No.
you could
So Mitch,
if you play three as a mixed raise, that you could do that. You're right. Or you could bid two no trip as a limit raise and treat your hand as a limit raise. It's really not
Look at this though.
quite up
Not
there, but
Ish takes the look, and Finn's cooperating with his heart
we're getting there.
shortness, and
Yeah.
wow,
So
well
Mitch,
done,
what's your
Finch.
range for a splinter?
well. I don't have strict guidelines, but the bottom line is I'm not a mini splinters kind of guy. By the way, it's very interesting that Ish bid six spades here without a club control. Um, I'm
Well,
not sure
isn't
about
Well,
is
that.
is
but
Finn
it's hard
kind
with
of
5 hearts.
suggesting that with five hearts, like
Yeah.
or
Well,
maybe
that's
Ish thinks he is.
it could be last train. You're absolutely right. So then then six spades is warranted. And if Finn had a white on
So
red four
can,
spade joke, certainly would have just been five
can we,
spades.
before he makes it, what are you guys thinking when you're sitting in Josh's chair on this auction? Uh, are you just trying to just be as passive as you can, or
It's hard to believe he won't leave the ace of clubs on this
okay?
Yeah,
auction.
right.
Josh has a second career that some of you aren't probably aware of, which is he is a joke teller and a joke creator.
No
Some of
way.
them are very good and some are terrible. But
I don't believe you.
whenever I
Mitch,
see him,
now
he working
now
hard.
we're going way beyond. No way. I double. I double.
You double that, okay? All right. My wallet's on the table. I read.
It's probably thicker than mine is right now, so I don't know if I can cover that.
All right, and so I must be clairvoyant. Josh left the ace of clubs,
Yeah,
and
there
I
it
think
is.
the game will be over with very quickly.
Yeah. Now Declare doesn't have to worry about dealing with the club suit at all, and just get to rough some hearts and make sure the spades are behaving. Well done on this auction. The other table is on the previous board, and they found their way to five clubs.
So they didn't get to slam.
No, they appeared to be on their way, to be honest, Mitch, and then they kind of just ended in
Let's
five
take a look
clubs.
at that auction for our viewers,
Yeah,
Let's do it,
yeah.
because
You
this
look at
hand
it.
is kind of over, right? So
because we're
Yeah.
geniuses when we can see all four hands. So let's see.
exactly,
What
we might as well
we've
take
done.
advantage of our genius here. So there it is. It was
All
just
right,
the
I'm
one
gonna
hard
see that.
overcall, which gave North that kind of splinter possibility, and then four diamonds,
Key
four
card probably,
spades,
right?
just
All
five
right,
clubs.
I like the way Mike Camel bid his hand. He splintered and then over four diamonds, which is that key card or what is that? There's a little
Just
word
puts the
something.
4 diamonds there.
In fact, I'm going to just go back so we can see it again, just so we can spend a little time on it.
Mike Camel made a nice three heart bid. Four diamonds was kickback,
Kickback, which
and
is
then he
key card
showed
for those of you out there that are wondering.
and so now partner knows that there's so they must be playing well that's interesting.
That couldn't be
It
right.
showed
Right.
0 or 3, so it appears that
He showed three key cards with this.
no, it appears that they've had a screw up. That's what it appears
Yeah.
to. If four diamonds was key card, then four spades would not could only show if
Well,
they're playing 30, it's three,
That's
but he
up to
doesn't
4 now.
have three. So basically what happened here, I believe, is that South bid four diamonds intending it as key card. North thought it was just asking for a Q bid.
No, it's
And
weird because four spades, he self alerts though, so he knew
no.
this was 0 or 3. He specifically
Well, so
put,
they had an oopsie, much to the benefit of the other team. And now let's go to while we're still at this table. Let's
Must have
see
thought
what
it's
happens.
key card and diamonds for some reason, right?
Oh,
Maybe
could
four
be.
clubs, key card and clubs for them, and four key cards,
Well,
diamonds,
with key
key
card
card
and
and
diamonds, though,
diamonds.
that they still are only missing the diamond queen. So there's, we could ask them later what happened here,
sure,
but
sure.
usually I don't find that a fruitful conversation, even when I'm a teammate. So I don't do that. It's more important to be a good teammate than get the blow-by-blow description, unless someone has to get it out their chest.
100%.
Good call.
let's see what at this other table. What's happening on the? Oh, they're not on the next board.
No, I got you though. You ready for this? They are on the next board. In fact, their auction is pretty funny.
Okay.
It's much more efficient. There's their auction. One spade, three no, which I guess would be some sort of two-way splinter if they're playing it this way. In fact, let's find out. Mini splinter somewhere. So now East just bids six spades after that. So
And I like the six spade bid here because this is really the kind of hand you could be off two club losers, and you don't want to give the opponents any information by cubiting diamonds or hearts. So I really, and obviously you could have egg on your face, but I really like the way Owen bid this hand. By bidding six spades, the
Yeah.
opponents, if there are two cashers, have to find them on the go, or they might go away. And as we can see, there's no damage can be done here now. So it's going to be a push.
yeah, and
Even
actually,
if you're off two aces, they might lead the wrong one and help you out.
yeah,
It's true.
and here the action has pressed forward just a bit. Finn has opened a diamond on this hand as the West player, went past a heart, a spade, and now a support double, and we're back at the action live. North is probably trying to figure out
North has
what
got
their
a two
spade
heart
raises are,
bid. Well, North has probably got a two heart bid here,
which is a
over,
good spade raise, right?
yeah.
Or some
You
sort
get
of
two
agreement.
clubs.
They probably play two club shows that.
Sure,
That's probably
sure.
their two club
Something
bid.
here is, in fact, let's use our technology. We have it. There we go. Limit raise plus in spades. So it's convenient, right, at the two club level to know this.
It's not going to slow us down.
Yeah.
Maybe it will.
Now, in a good partnership, you'd have an agreement whether pass or two spades is a weaker, stronger bid. Or actually, it's not a Q bid; it was just a support double. So East bid two spades as a game try. Interesting. I guess that's right. You have 13 high cards, and your partner opened the bidding.
Finn doesn't love his hand, though, right? I mean, it's
I
flat.
was,
Queen Jack 10
it's an
tight.
ugly. It's an ugly
I think that
13.
they had I think that
But I
Josh
don't
did
think it's
not
just gonna
spend the
care.
two club bid here, right?
What's that? Oh, yeah,
I
what
think
that?
Josh misunderstood this two club bid, right? He's drank to five clubs. I think they had another misunderstanding.
It's
Well, it
possible.
looks like Bill thought two clubs was a cubit for spades, and Josh thought that two clubs was natural.
Close.
And
And Josh is actually just doing the thing that you do is put maximum pressure on your opponents. And
and he's white on red. So
yeah,
if Jack two clubs was natural, then one of the interesting things is would he want to defend four hearts, looking at two sure tricks.
I mean,
It's
I was just gonna say, but Bailey can't be that upset that his clubs though either. He's like, okay, well, I mean, if he thinks a club fit is good, my hand's not too bad. Also, I mean,
okay.
what are they gonna
So
lose here? They're gonna lose
I
a
think
club or
Bailey
two.
and Don have just had an accident, and
It's
they're
not gonna be that costly though, right? Is four hearts
Well,
gonna make?
if they can,
no, four hearts goes down. There's four losers in hearts: a club,
Yeah,
a trump, and two spade tricks. So four
yeah,
hearts
because
would
they
go
can
down.
communicate for a rough pretty quickly, also, or more than a rough.
Anyway,
Many roughs.
surprised Finn didn't lead the trump here.
yeah, I agree with that, Corey. You're right. I would let a trump also, but in any case, they're just too high, and now it's just
Yeah.
going to be a question of how many tricks can Josh salvage.
I mean, this is still
Bill
this,
Bill
this is
Bailey is
still
a
going to be a
huge
nice close match.
Bill Bailey's a huge Golden State Warrior fan. I hope for his sake that he does better on this board than the Warriors did in the last week or so.
Yeah,
Of
that was
course,
sad.
Wait.
Being a Clipper fan myself,
I
I
was
have
just going
nothing
to ask you
around.
what
No,
flag are you flying over there, Mitch?
No, I'm a
Clipper
Clipper
fan.
fan. It's a
So,
disease being
isn't
a
the
Clipper
Clipper
fan.
fan like the LA version of a Met fan, I believe, or a
No,
Jets
the Mets
fan?
are better than the Clippers. The Mets have won.
The Jets are definitely not better than the Clippers. I'm sorry.
No. The Jets had Joe Namath. You're too young to remember
I
that,
know.
but
I saw the old videos.
and,
ESPN Classic.
okay, rub it in.
In fact, by the way, let's try to get this event every year on the Ocho, which is ESPN has the August 8th is where they have all of the other sporting events. We would make a good addition to that. So if you're watching out there from
I think
Hartford,
we're probably going
Connecticut,
to get a Trump. We are going to get a Trump continuation here. We'll see. Finn is taking his time.
how old were you guys when you started playing bridge?
I learned when I was 13, but I didn't really start playing a lot until I was in college.
Corey?
I was like 22.
Nice. Yeah, so
Yeah. Yeah. Early 20s.
it's nice to have that fresh mind when you're learning bridge for the first time.
I only have one memory of playing bridge with one of my parents. I mean, I played a little bit with them, but I was playing with my mother in duplicate. I had about 5 master points, and it went a no trump, two clubs, two diamonds, and she passed. And I made two diamonds, and my 3-2 fit, and three no trump was going down. May my mother rest in peace. That's one of the things she's left me with in all.
Nice. I won a sectional open pairs with my dad, and that was like the highlight of our bridge careers together.
And did you have to clean your room afterwards?
No, no, I was like I was a champion for at least a couple of days. Yeah.
Nice.
Very nice.
What is happening in the Hammond match right now while we're sitting at this table?
I tell you what, I will be right with that. In fact, I have a little running scoreboard we can look at as well at some point. But the only this is the close match. Wow, Simpson Hammond is a 2-point spread right now. Simpson picked up 12 in the first several boards, so we can certainly jump back into that. Corey and I were watching that last set.
Yeah, let's see what happens in this match. Josh is scrambling to take as many tricks as possible, and now sadness is about to take place because he's going to get the ace of clubs and the ace of spades, and then it's good night, Gracie. So he's going to end up down 3 for 500. Let's take a look at the Simpson match, shall we? If it's they might have played some of these same boards, and let's go over there.
I have it. Give me 2 seconds, and I will put it right up there. Let me just bring it over here so I can get the right table. And in fact, we're going to look at they're a little behind us, so we're going to be looking at the
there's
6 spade hand, to be honest.
Yeah, and the 6 spade and the 6 club or 6 diamond hands. 2 interesting hands.
So there we are. We're going to pick up action right here and look at that score on the left, folks. 148 for Hammond, 150 for Simpson. And battle royale ensues here. 6 spades is being played. Notice Joel's 2-0 was limit plus. 4 clubs was shortness and diamonds. I think maybe specifically a void in diamonds. Extras plus a diamond void. Joel didn't love that, and then with the continuation, they found their 6 spades.
Right. I like treating this hand as a 2-0 trump limit raise. There's no description of this hand that fits perfectly, but to my way of thinking, that's probably the closest. But that's what I would do, so it must be wrong.
And apparently there was a slam swing on the previous board, which is why this got a little bit closer. In fact, at my other window here, I'll give you the deets on that.
Yeah, let's look at that.
In fact, how about we just take a look at the scorecard in this match and we can get a little update. So there it was. 5 clubs was played. So
let's look at the auction. Let's look at those 2 auctions because these are really interesting hands.
So let's look at the 6 club auction first. So it went a diamond, and now another player with just a 1 heart overcall. We saw 2 hearts in other auctions.
John Shermer's a very solid bidder, and I would be surprised if he bid anything but 1 heart. Yeah, okay. Right. So,
and now 2 clubs, 3 heart splinter. We saw similar stuff here. Key card, 4-0 trump. That looks like the right response, guys. 2, and now 6 clubs with this hand. And then,
hold on 1 second here.
Go.
And notice that Babu, which is the nickname for South.
South, thank you.
Babu, instead of the delicate 2 club bid, I prefer this. So I think you can always get to 3-0 trump. I made that point earlier. And while you usually will just end up in 3-0, here you might belong in 5 clubs or even 5 diamonds. So he got rewarded by bidding the old-fashioned way.
Well, and I believe the first auction we saw, it went a diamond, 2 hearts,
Yeah,
3-0,
right.
right? So that was just
Right.
kind of a quick and dirty auction. And let's see the other table on this hand. There was their 5 club auction. 1 diamond, pass, 2 clubs, 2 spades now by Joel. Interesting. That's juicy. 3 clubs, 3 spades by Granger. And now just more stuff to get to only 5 clubs, though. 4 hearts.
So, all right, but let's stay here for a moment and
Yeah,
have a
yeah.
discussion. So South Cubid's 4 hearts, North Cubid's 4 spades, and South bid's 4-0. I'm wondering whether 4-0 trump there is forward going or whether it's Blackwood. I think a lot of people here would play 4-0 is like a last train kind of bid.
I think it is. I think that was
Gotcha.
just a last train saying, hey, I don't
And if
want to
it's the
sign
last
off, but
train, then Doug, who's a very strong player, should have bid one more for the road.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a pretty good hand there.
Okay. All right. Well, I've made a lot of enemies in the last 15 minutes. It's good.
Nice. We keep the receipts right here, but don't worry. Eventually, if it's a Twitch stream, we don't. No one will know anything anymore.
Okay. Everything I'm saying is Corey told me to say.
I did.
Have you guys ever played together?
What's that?
Have you guys
No,
ever
we
played
haven't.
together?
No, we haven't.
No,
No, we haven't.
I don't know any of the history. I know I'm delighted to have you both on the broadcast. Thank you.
You know, Rob is like the hot to trot guy at a high school dance. He says this to everybody.
I saying this out of all the sessions we've done, you guys are the 6th.
The 6th?
Yes. The 6th session.
Well, okay. That's really wonderful.
All right. So looks like they had just kind of a garden variety game forcing auction here. We kind of saw a preview of this hand at the other table with a little bit more bidding by the opponents, but
No one spade overcall here where Josh made the one spade overcall because of the
right.
shape.
And then
Wanted
bid
to
5
get it
clubs.
because,
So
well, but that was just a misunderstanding.
yeah, for sure.
They found their spade fit. They could have played in 2 spades. Wouldn't have been a problem.
In fact, while we're watching the action here, I will keep tabs on that match as well. Because once we get down, I mean, the last 2 sessions of today, and if you guys are around later, I mean, I know, Corey, you've already done a double session, so, I mean, you've done more than enough work. But if you see something exciting, if you're watching, if you guys want to jump in and say hi, I'm going to send you links from now on, and,
All
carte
right.
blanche.
Maybe I'll take a break from the Sixers Knicks game and pop on.
This is really...
I'm certainly taking a break from the Clippers next game, I got to tell you.
Yeah.
So Bailey Robinson, 10-point spread in that now.
Now, one of the interesting things that could appear in this match that we're looking at now is Doug Dobb and Adam Wildowski play weak no trump. So you could just have swings based on positionally who ends up on the as declare, and the auctions just go a lot differently. So
Right. Like this one. Yeah.
Yep.
see, would David Granger have bid over a no trump? Answer probably with this hand.
Yeah, I think he would have.
I
If they
think
have double shows a longer minor, shorter major,
Yeah.
they would for sure.
Is North South playing strong club here? I wasn't listening to what you guys were saying, or is this
No.
just they play
Okay.
14 to 16ish type no,
No,
trump,
they-
and this is too good?
yeah, they just play KS. They don't play strong club.
Okay. Oh, KS, no kidding. I grew up playing that system.
Yeah, we all did.
So the double here would just show that they have the strong.
But that was
not a
KS
simple-
was right after EHA.
Yeah,
Rob.
I came after EHA, but I was telling Dana Berkowitz my favorite system is the Phantom Club that I played with her in the Midnights. That's
What was it?
it's the Phantom Club system. I actually
Okay.
taught a beginner intermediate class that system because it's the perfect system to practice overcalls, because The whole premise is you pretend your right hand opponent opened a club, and all your bids are based upon that.
Cool.
So it's two clubs natural?
Two clubs is Michael's.
Oh,
Michael's.
okay. So two diamonds. You could have gone to the dark side and made two diamonds Michaels and two clubs natural.
True, but then you get kind of a weird strong clubby type system, but it's like 13 plus because your one
Well,
club bid is your takeout double.
Rob, when you write your first bridge book, you could call it Phantom Club Revised. You could put me down in the footnote.
Nice. Different versions. We call this the Dunnets.
I don't know what you would call it, but all right.
All right, so just kind of a normal two spade-ish contract here. Looks like,
And they're going to lose. We can see that they're going to lose a heart and two spades here going forward.
I mean, this is going to be down to the wire, gentlemen. It's just two imps right here. And
I can safely predict that the play is going to go very slowly here because Adam is a very careful, slow player. So we'll see.
Joel is also quite deliberate, but he seems like he's been lightning fast. This I don't know if it's just early on, but
Joel really breaks my heart because when he's so slow against me, and I'm always thinking he's going to do something stupid, and he never does. It's really so it just he takes the wind out of my sails.
Corey and I were talking about that with Jill in the first set. Also, he takes his time, but man, does that time pay off? Well spent. And don't forget, we can also check out the frequency results of all of our boards.
All right,
when
so
we see something
we can
interesting.
see that East West will get a spade and a heart here, and
Yep.
school will be out.
In fact, the next board, well, the next board's going to be interesting. I think we might see. Mitch, were you with me yesterday for the third set? Was that where you and I were together, where the hands were just nutso, or
No, there was no nutso when I was there. I was there for it must have been the
maybe the
fifth
last one, fourth set, or something like that.
Yeah, it was not. It was very calm what I saw. The best we could do is Sartaja's brilliant book.
That's right. There was the last session also. Yeah. So there's a question in the YouTube chat. So this version of bridge is actually being played in. Apologies. Let's get back to like a big table view here. This version of the event is played in a hotel room, basically, with you and one opponent. So basically, you have two tablets in a room. You're playing. You're just playing bridge through your tablet. So it's not a cross table, but there is some table presence, as we say. And the funny thing, and I was telling Corey the same discussion we had. Jill was echoing the same things that you and Dana were talking about the tablet experience. So it seems people like it for reasons that people didn't even think about before they existed. So
Yeah, tablets are great. It's a great improvement.
Here we go. A spade, three clubs, and you also have a 7-card heart suit to the left.
Well, this is going to push Adam to three spades, and Doug will have pretty easy 4-spade bid, in my opinion.
I can tell you that in the Robinson match, the West player is in 6 hearts doubled at the moment, opposite of 4-spade contract in the other room.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, someone had their Wheaties to get to 6 hearts double.
Yeah. Is it that terrible of a sack as the cards turn out? I don't. King of Diamonds is on side. They might be able to shake.
You've got to guess the diamonds, though. It's
Yeah.
there's a
Or you
there's a
might be
di-
able to shake a diamond on a club. I'll keep you updated.
I wonder whether they freely get bid six hearts over five spades, or how do they get to six hearts?
No, it actually went a spade, two clubs by east, three hearts by south, which is obviously some sort of mixed raise. In fact, it's alerted as a mixed raise. And then it goes four hearts, four spades, five hearts with the east hand. Pass, pass, five spades, pass, pass, six hearts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think you're looking at two aces on defense against five spades and partner bid
Doesn't seem
clubs.
like you want to bid six hearts, right?
Doesn't seem all that appealing
Yeah.
to me.
And welcome to David Devine on Twitch. What's up? You can YouTube or Twitch. You can find it anywhere. And thank you also H4H5. I have no idea how to pronounce that name, but thanks for the nice comments. And this is also, guys, just for your ranking system. This is the second most attractive stream we've had today as well. So
Oh, good to know. So North is going to play a diamond to the king here with the honors. That's not going to be hard for him.
Well,
The five heart sacrifice is pretty good.
yeah, I think North might actually play a spade to get a diamond through, but we'll see. No, you're not doing that.
all right, Krish, welcome.
Now, would Joel have been better off playing the second round of hearts to the ace and playing a club up?
There we go. Sorry, I'm just looking at a different spot here.
So he's going to have to lose a diamond as well here.
Right.
All right, everything looks like it's working well. All right, plus 620 in this room.
What's happening at the other table?
Let's take a
There could
peek.
be a swing
actually.
here. They find the sacrifice.
They just played two spades.
Two spades.
Is it the same board we're talking about, or is this the board before? No, it's the
No,
same
it's a board before. That's a board before.
That's the
Two
board.
spades.
Got it.
Yeah.
In fact, there we go. There's our hand. Let's see if they can duplicate the result.
Well, if it
And-
goes one spade, two clubs, West is going to come in with hearts, right?
yeah.
You know, and they have 10 points in a six card suit. Singleton. You know, the hand could be very valuable for other contracts. No reason to jack it up to three clubs in such a bad suit potentially.
I mean, six hearts only went down one in the other room, or the other
They
match.
said John's conservative. He'll definitely be two clubs. This auction might time out much better for them.
Jones and Lean went six hearts doubled down one for minus 100 for a massive win on this board while they were opposite 620 in the other room. Robinson Bailey 10-point spread now still, but still some action. There it is, Corey, two clubs.
Yep.
Now we're going to get to see a little heart exposure by
Action.
Hinsey.
You're now going to see some action.
Yeah, it's not an action flop, but it's an action bid.
He's just been empowered to bid. He's not passing.
Yep. So
Probably hear what a mixed raise of some sort. Two
If they
spades,
play
six
mixed
spades.
raises, this is a mixed raise. If they don't, we'll bid two
Two no
spades.
trump.
Yeah,
Two
that's
no trump to show 8 or more points in a 4-card spade race. That's what I like.
four-card limit.
4-card limit. They'll call it limit.
Yeah.
It's a little bitch, but
Anything.
Yeah.
I like to play 8 or more and then have 3 clubs ask what the range is. So you can always find out. But that way you know about the 4 card raise immediately, which is so valuable.
Yeah, for competitive aspects also, right? If
Right.
that's right off the chest. I don't know if some of these matches are going to go the whole 8 segments, gentlemen. Some of them are a little out of
Some,
hand.
some of them won't. What you often see is that as a courtesy, everyone's played against each other so many times. If a match is out of hand, more often than not,
There'll be a
uh,
dinner agreement.
the team will that's behind will resign so the other team can be rested for their next match.
Yeah, that's pretty a good gentleman agreement in this sport. I mean, I've heard the dinner agreement also. Hey, you know what? Why don't we just go to dinner, talk some bridge, and just forget about these next two, next one set, whatever. There we go. We get to our 4 heart contract. Clearly, we're going to get to 4 spades, but
Right.
will I guess it's. I mean, I guess either player could decide to pursue 5 hearts. I suppose, right? But
I don't think
Hinsley's more
Hinsey's hitting for
likely.
4 spades.
You don't think? Yeah, there you go. I was going to say Hinsley's more
Not
likely
when,
to
not
bid
when
five hearts.
he's got a heart
Now that
raise.
his partner bid 4 hearts, right? Yeah, yeah.
He's not set for that. They might sit for 5 spades, but they're not set for 4.
Sure.
I predict the final contract will be 5 spades. Let's
Yeah.
see.
And that's where we got to at the lean table, but and then they
Yeah.
even popped off to 6, which ends up being not a good decision on this hand. Although
No, they're going to be 5 spades is a perfect contract for them.
I was just
I
gonna
mean,
say
one
that's
of
not
two.
because they can't get a club trick, right?
Well, he can always duck the diamond twice, and his partner will score the club later. They're
Yeah.
going to get a club. Oh no, yeah, they'll get a club. Heart, a club, and a diamond.
You can't imagine again that it's so weird to think you want to bid with 2 aces in your hand and partner overcalling at the 2 level.
He might hit it. He might double.
Yeah.
They bid too much, hit it. He's got 2 tricks. Well, maybe. Oof. Wow.
No, and you bring up a good point in the chat as well. Um, Honestly, a lot of players there we are 6 hearts, guys. Sorry, uh, but a lot of players just want to play all the sets because they love playing bridge, and they especially love playing bridge against the best players in the world. And this is the event to do it in. So I totally get that, and I think that if that's and honestly, I know for a fact that my buddies that I know that play in these events a lot would kind of respect that. It's just, of course, you want to play against these best
No,
players.
you never have a problem if someone says they want to play. You're
Exactly.
hoping to resign, but you're going to be a gentleman about this.
Absolutely, absolutely, and it's a thrill for people, and that's what makes this event so great. You can sign up and play this event. Yeah, it's just
Well,
terrific.
and taking a step back, think of it this way. In bridge, unlike almost any other competition, you can play against the best player. You can pay an entry and play against the best players in the world. And I can't step in the batter's box and face Jacob DeGrom even if he's healthy, and but or any other competitive sport. It's I can't play against Michael Jordan. It would be ugly anyway. But the point is, in bridge, I remember when I was a teenager, I played a match against Garazzo and Belladonna, and I remember thinking,
What a
I
thrill!
can't believe I'm sitting at the table against these
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, exactly.
And of course, I wasn't because I was so over the moon that I was hopeless. But in any case,
My
bridge
dad
is
played
pretty
against
Oh,
unique.
Omar
yeah.
Sharif. That was like the highlight of his bridge career was getting to play against Omar Sharif in like
Yeah.
a normal in like some sort of regional somewhere or something. But you were talking about the Bob Hammond, the stories. I would love to get some of those down in an interview format. Also, just kind of have a few hours to sit down and just talk about just random stuff with him. What was it like
Bob
back in the
has
day?
so many amazing stories, especially from the early days.
Yeah, 6 decades
Uh,
worth of stories.
there's one story where they're playing in Northern California against a guy that they don't really respect as a player called the Tree, And the reason why they said they called him the tree is because they thought he was dumber than a tree.
Oh my
In
God.
case they're playing this match, and at the halfway point, they're losing by 30 imps to the tree. And now, at least one, if not more, of Bob's teammates refused to play in the second half of the match because they couldn't bear the indignity of losing to the tree. They were going to let their teammates.
There's
Yeah, he has lots of great stories.
going to be a book coming out about him, an autobiography, at some point soon.
Yes, right. Well, hopefully. I've been involved in that. It's been a slow process because
Is
Bob
it?
wants, for 12 months, Bob has wanted to add one additional chapter, but he assures me that we're about done. So we'll see. Um, he's amazing. I mean, he's entertaining, he's amazing, he's fun, and everyone loves Bob.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
Have they come to a title yet for the book? I heard a rumor about a title, but
The tentative
It's
title is "I'm Bad,
it's
You're Worse."
amazing. Yeah.
that's
Sorry, I didn't mean to
basically what I
step
heard.
on that. I was just laughing at it because I remembered what it was. I'm bad, you're worse. It's fantastic. Yeah, I have. I mean, it'll take a few more years to have any of those stories, but like some of these stories from the young juniors also that I had spent some time with are pretty amazing. I mean, when you're a young person and you're at maybe one of the best in the world at what you're doing and you're earning a reasonable living, that does create some danger, but some interesting stories also.
Yeah, I think that's fair. That's
Traveling.
totally it. All right. Well, it
Down
looks
one,
like
right?
we're going to be only down one at this table.
Yep. Which was which was what happened the
Down two.
last time we
I think
saw this result.
they were down two at the other table, I believe.
No, the only other table I saw play this particular contract was only down one. It,
Oh,
it
all
was
right.
at. In fact, I tell you what, I'm gonna get a little.
Tough to beat it more, right? You'd have to underlead your spade to get over there.
In fact, I'll give you kind of a little rundown of the results here. Three pairs played five hearts making on this hand. One was in four hearts making one plus, and the rest were in four or five spades. Five spades went down twice.
What is happening in the other match now that we were looking at before?
There's been a little bit of a pull away in the other match. We're watching Hammond and Simpson right now. Robinson Bailey. Bailey is now up 22.
Wow.
So they've gained, and we've probably seen many of the boards. They're on board 23 now, so they're a little ahead of our match. But there were two pretty good sized gains. Six hearts down one and four spades making on this board was one of their big swings.
It's a
11
big
points.
pickup.
11 points to the Bailey team on that one. So
One of the things that we've talked about in some of these sessions is, by and large, we've got really great players, but sometimes you have two great players who don't really have a partnership sitting down,
yeah,
and that
figuring it out.
creates swings.
Yep.
So,
Yes.
but here we have Hammond's now up 21 in this match.
In fact, let's see what's actually we're probably at a good spot here, but let's maybe see what's going on at the other table here. Ooh, we're playing two spades doubled at the other table. Interesting.
Let's take a look at this one.
One no trump by the South. Weak double is penalty in nature. Can't blame him for that one with that hand. Two spades natural. Check check double.
Take out, right?
Uh,
Bubbles take
yep,
out.
yep.
Yeah.
And he said, "Well, I don't really know what you want me to bid here." So
How are they going to do? They get three spades,
yeah,
heart for four.
a club for five, and
They have to get another
maybe
heart.
maybe two hearts, right? Can they? How many can they shake on the diamonds? Just one?
Uh, they can shake one and lead hearts up twice, so they would have to lose three spades, a heart, and it looks like they're going to lose. It looks like they're going to go down one, I think.
Yeah.
No, it seems.
What a huge card the ten of spades is.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, and East has no entry to get the rough with the jack of spades or anything. Give him a problem.
It's weird. It's what's Adam gonna do from this spot?
Well, Adam's going to, I know what he's going to do. He's going to,
Ace of
Cash a
diamonds in.
diamond,
he's going
catch a
to ask
club,
Doug
play a heart.
what card he wants to play.
Yeah. Oh, so
Well, when he leads a when
I
he leads
wrong
a heart
sided it
up,
on the
he
Doug's
might not be
playing
able
it.
to. He might not be able to play those hearts twice now, right?
Yeah.
Right.
He can't lead it up twice.
And now it's just kind of just gonna try to get a rough. So hope they don't lead Trump. But you're right. That the ten of spades is so amazing for East. You can't necessarily
But
get this wrong.
Ace of spades is gone next. It's going to go win. Ace of spades, jack of
Yeah.
spades. He knows that South is a doubleton. His partner passed it. He must have three.
Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, thank you for having the ten of spades." And now we're just scooping three tricks and drawing Trump. And they'll just toss him back in the dummy for a little ace ten of heart shebang at the end, right?
Yeah, you can play
Yeah.
jack of clubs or
Right.
diamond. Doesn't matter.
They're going to get 5 more tricks.
Mm-hmm.
So
As we
let it
say,
down to.
very simple, very very simple. When
You got to compliment David Granger on his pass of 2 spades. It wasn't clear because he only had 3 spades.
Yeah, he did really well.
yeah, very cool.
He did very well. I could just picture the dynamics of Z was playing with someone and the decision was wrong. I'm sure Z would have a few choice words.
All right, so we are just about halfway through now. And again, if you're watching live, we're on probably like a 30-minute delay. Right? We don't want anyone to be able to hear anything about the hands they're about to play if they were to leave the play site. So just for safety's sake, we're on that amount of a delay. And I can tell you what they're serving for lunch here, gentlemen. Hot dogs and sausages, apparently.
Wow.
Famous.
Okay.
So for those of you that are into dieting, this might not be the greatest place to have lunch today. There's 500 in the books.
What did they play at the other table? Or has it not been played yet?
I believe they are finishing it up right now, and they're playing 3 diamonds, it looks like. Is that same board, right? 22?
Yes.
No, sorry, that's board 22. They're not. They haven't even played it yet. It looks like. Which is weird. I'm always amazed when Joel's table is ahead. Well, look at this, 2 diamonds with this hint. I guess that's
I don't mind it.
kind of becoming
I mean,
more normal, except usually with a singleton rather than 5-4-2-2. But
you want a diamond lead, and you don't.
it's low
I
risk,
think
non-vulnerable.
I like it.
So 2 hearts, probably gonna get checked down. Also, there we go. Granger's not going anywhere. Thank you. Let's play 2 hearts.
So it looks like we have lots of losers and 2 hearts.
Mm.
Have 3 hearts, 2
They're going to
spades,
lose.
a
They're
heart
going to
rough,
lose
spade
4
rough.
hearts, 2 spades, and a diamond. 7 tricks down to.
Yeah.
We should play a game next time. Who can decide the final result first?
Actually, the diamond. If they play 3 rounds of spades, giving partner a rough, then the diamond loser will go away on the spades. You would cash the ace of hearts, play a club to the board, play a spade, pitching a diamond. So
Down 1.
it looks like down 1.
So I'm gonna just keep an eye on the other table there for that next board, because this is certainly going to be a swing some way, you would expect, right? It's hard to think they're going to duplicate two spades doubled.
Yeah.
And this is still this, and obviously the other match we were looking obviously at, the Bailey other match we were looking. Definitely don't want to have that. Are the closest matches.
Yeah, all the other matches are at least 80 points apart. Or just or Goose is only 40.
What's the most you guys have ever come back after being down at a half or at a certain segment? Any big comebacks in the books?
The most I've ever come back from is about 50. But actually, there's a section in the Hammond book where I asked him this question: "What's the most you ever came back from?" And what was interesting about that was it was a match against George Jacobs and the Italians, and I actually talked to most of the participants in that match. And George Jacobs made the most striking comment, which was the result that match to this day, 20 some odd years later, haunts him. And Ralph Katz, I mean, I talked to a lot of the guys about that. And Jeff Mextra told me that he had a larger comeback once than that. That was like 70 something, and he had a larger one. So, the thing is, in one of the questions I asked Bob when we were talking about this was, what's your approach? And he says, you got to really pick your spots. You can't be crazy. You just got to pick your spots. And there was an example in that comeback match where Bob was dealt the ace king of a suit, and instead of leading the ace from ace king, he led a different suit, and now the declare couldn't play him for the ace king because he didn't lead at trick one, and that was like a small swing in this, but that was an example of the way one should try and engineer a large comeback.
And there is their result as you predicted. Two hearts down one. The other room is efforting the previous board, and where North-South was getting minus 500 on the other board, East-West is now going to play 3-no trump on that hand. You want to sweat that action, gentlemen?
Yeah, let's check it out.
Table, we're going backwards a board here. As you can see, this is that result on the left where Joel and his partner defended two spades doubled for 500.
So low hearts a good start for them right now. Yeah. Right? Stay at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, a few entries though, right? To lead those diamonds up. He would have done better to play the jack of hearts at trick one.
What's that, Corey?
He would have done better to play the jack of hearts at trick one so he could start the diamonds. He's gonna have to lead some diamonds up.
Right. Is he gonna just put the king of clubs on the table here?
Most likely. Might play a diamond. He'll probably play a club.
Well, the play of the hearts suggests that the heart honors are in the north hand, and if that's true, all the other cards are going to be in the south hand. So, I think
that makes sense.
So I think if that's the case, then you should be playing clubs and diamonds out of your hand. What you're going to be hoping for is catching a singleton 9 or 8 in the north hand. But what we're going to see instead is, no, we're going to see that the whole hand will be blueprinted for Greg Hinsey now.
Yeah. And once he shows out, he's saying, okay, well, that's how we're going to play that diamond suit. He's not really in any sort of dangerous position.
He's pretty fortunate that the spades and the hearts are all got locked out.
Yeah.
He's only got one entry to the dummy to play diamonds again because the king of clubs will get ducked. So
exactly.
Spades is an empty and it is an entry.
gets him to 8.
It seems right generally in these situations to duck a heart return, but I think he's
Could
got a
he
pretty good.
eventually just end play south also for an extra club trick at some point?
He can.
Uh,
He can as the cards lie.
if he leads a diamond through at some
I
point.
think that's probably coming.
Yeah, it seems like that's where this road might lead to, just with the knowledge of exactly what you said. Also, Mitch, like he knows the cards are in the south player's hand.
So Greg is going to chalk up 3-0 in this hand, in my opinion. We'll see what happens, but
And that means they have definitely done slightly better than the East-West pair in the other room who defended for 500. So,
Amp difference.
yeah, it's be a few imps, yeah. I mean, it just, whatever. It's got to be really nice to go back to the other table and have Bob Hammond be there. It's a pretty cool day, no matter who you are.
well, I think you know what's happening with the South hand right now. He's in the tank. He's thinking, I'd really like a bathroom break because I do not want to leave a card.
Can a robot take over for me for this round, please?
Well,
Thank you.
He's going to leave a heart, but you know,
Yeah. But he can see this coming also. Like he knows that this is bad luck for him. His exits are disappearing very quickly. He knows spades is. I mean,
I think Greg should go up, but even if he doesn't go up, I think he's going to be okay. We'll see.
if he doesn't, South's going to have to shake a card next. Well, sorry, Eddie's not going to lead a heart. Excuse me.
Well, he didn't underlead King Queen third. So
Right, he didn't lead it exactly, so
Yeah.
that's why Greg should go up here.
right.
Again, we're geniuses. We get to see all 4 cards. So.
But that's a very good point. You kind of know that this is South's last heart because of the lead. Corey, I saw. You were on a cruise recently, or are you going on a cruise soon? What?
My
Or
last
both?
cruise-
I think you've been doing a
Both.
lot of travel.
Yeah, my last cruise was Japan,
That
was-
sounds amazing.
and that was September. And I'm going on a cruise on Sunday, and then I'm doing a bridge cruise in July
Oh,
from
nice.
back to Boston and on to New York.
Super cool.
Yeah, fun stuff.
They can find you at where?
Zenbridge.pro.
Zenbridge.pro.
Zenbridge.pro. Yep, that's on Silver Seas. So I work with Play Bridge at Sea for my cruises.
Got it. Got it.
This might be a long tank.
Yeah.
It already has been a long tank.
It might not be done.
Yeah.
That's the one thing they give a fair amount of time for this for sure, which they should. And also there's a little more efficiency with the tablets. You're not sorting a hand every time. You're not doing anything like that.
Last year I played in this, and they were very strict on time, and people were punished. So,
But they should be, right? When you give 2 hours for 15 boards, that seems like a reasonable amount of time, right? To get
no, actually, they do it differently. What they do is they time how much each pair play
because they can do that with the tablets, yeah.
Yeah, they can, and then on your tablet it says you have 68 seconds to play your last board. I mean, it's kind of harsh,
Yeah.
right?
Kind of nice though in some ways, because if you have a really slow pair and a fast pair, the fast pair isn't punished at the end for time running out and having to play quickly.
Sure,
No,
sure.
Corey, you're right. There's equity there, but
Yeah.
Again, I just think. I mean, I see both sides of it. I mean, listen. When I play against Mark Feldman, who's a friend of mine, I'm grinding my teeth because it's so slow.
Wait.
And
No, I know Mark Feldman's nickname. This is amazing. Flash.
Yeah.
Flash is Mark Feldman. We had a discussion at some other broadcast, and someone was talking about Flash, and it was just a great because I'm friends with Jason, his son, so it's hilarious.
Well, yeah. And
Flash.
here we go. He went up with the ace. Okay, so
Yeah.
he
So as you guys sussed out,
Here comes the club.
yeah. No diamond.
And he didn't win it.
Okay, so someone's saying in the chat that there are some players, especially that players that have physical issues that may have caused some of the time penalties and time problems last year as well.
that's true. And Jan Martell does a great job of trying to accommodate everyone, but the problem is simply you need advance notice so that if someone asks for special time, I think the USVF board looks at that and tries to be generous, but the one of the issues that happened there was they were not notified far enough in advance about someone's particular problem. Without getting into the details, I just have to say this. Uh, I found working for and with Jan Martell to be an absolute pleasure, and there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be very sad when she retires, which is probably too soon.
I've enjoyed my time. I just met Jan probably in Morocco when I NPC'd USA One, so that was my first time meeting her. But I love talking bridge, gentlemen. If you know anything about me, so this is always fun anyway. But it's nice to be able to do it for the USBF. And thank you guys for volunteering your very precious time.
Thanks for having us.
So is he just gonna play?
The only way he can make that, he's got to play 2 rounds of spades. Well, this is very interesting. If he plays the 2 rounds of spades ending in his hand and exits a diamond, he'll make the hand.
That's his only line now, though. Correct? That's his only line.
So he knows his right-hand opponent started with 5 diamonds and two
There it
hearts.
is. He's got it. I think he's gonna play jack of spades to the king, spade to the ace, and diamond.
Also, I
Nice.
think Eddie helped him out a little bit in terms of the way he pitched his spades.
So yeah, but this is very cool here, folks. If you're watching this, he's gonna leave a spade back to his hand, and then he's gonna on the diamond pitch away this heart, and now South is
Well
gonna
done
have to
by
just
Greg.
lead
Greg
towards
Hensey,
his
well
hand.
done by Greg. He read the position,
Yeah.
and he's going to be rewarded with 3 imps for his side against the 500 at the other table.
And he can't see all 52 cards. He's playing against two really fine players, and he's
And now,
pretty
And he was
awesome
making
here.
it
if
with the
Eddie
queen of
could
spades is
handle,
offside.
if Eddie could hand a Babu a heart under the table, we could solve.
It's funny. Did you say Corey has two chances? He can make it. He can just pitch a spade
No,
or
I
a
think
club here.
even if the queen of spades is at the long hand
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Right.
Gotcha.
Just wait.
Again,
Right.
this is not as remarkable as one would expect because South opened the bidding and North shown up with a king, queen of hearts. But still, again, we've seen all 4 hands. It certainly is a lot easier for us.
And echoing your thoughts in the chat, Gronzig, who I'm not sure, I think I probably know you, but I'm not sure with your name. He 100% echoes what you say about the USBF crew as a whole, and we will pass on all of those. Fine, I'm sure Jan's watching somewhere, so if you are,
I doubt it. It's the time of day where she'd be riding a horse somewhere. So I guess if she's in Chicago, she's
yeah,
not.
where's the horse stable in Stromberg next to the Hyatt?
Right.
All right, so this looks like it's a garden variety auction so far. Club of Heart. What do you do with the West End? You have values. Don't necessarily have...
One of the common treatments that is popular in Europe, it's getting our way. And something I do in some of my partnerships is we play a negative double shows 4 or 5 spades here, and one spade is like a negative double with fewer than 4 spades, which would that wins on some
That's
hands and loses
interesting.
on others. But here, a one spade bid denying 4 spades would basically
Would at least give you an
show some.
opportunity to show values. So two clubs is kind of
Yeah,
like, okay, I'll
yeah,
take
you'd
some
show some.
opportunity to show values.
Yeah, it would show some values, and of course, it may not solve all problems, but it would certainly
You
show.
lose out on that little like 4 or 5 spade understanding, but you gain a lot for hands like this, exactly like this, that just
And the
don't
Or
need
if
beauty
they're
of
trying to
that,
catch up later.
the beauty of that is that I really like it a lot. A lot of people like it a lot, and Jeff Hampson, who I respect as much as anybody in the bridge world, really does not like it,
to.
and that's the beauty of the game is that obviously reasonable people can differ. And whenever you look at the Master Solvers Club in the Bridge World magazine,
Yeah.
which is one of the best ways to improve your bidding, you get to see what people's points of view and when they're different. And that's bridges. There's just no correct answer so much of the time, and that's beautiful.
Corey, you were going to say something there too, but well, that you bring up a good point about the bridge world. That's I think Kevin Bathurst. He said, I asked him, what's the best way to get better, and he said, you could play a lot, which I was already doing, and they said just pick up a bunch of bridge worlds and read everything. It's great.
So one of the fine young players, in the game is Olivia Shearison, who's on a team in this event. But anyway, Olivia is taking a gap year before going to college, and I sent her 60 years of Bridge Worlds by the U.S. mail. I have no idea how much it cost me in postage, but it was not an insignificant amount of money.
Yeah, that's a lot of bridge worlds.
But when you're young and you're bright and you have the passion, you can soak through. You soak the stuff up like a sponge.
Yeah.
And I said to her, reading the Master Solvers Club is the single best thing.
Yeah, and exactly. She's playing in this event. She
Yeah.
she was in the top, I think, 10 or 12 in the Butlers, Mitch, with two different partners as of yesterday. So she had a good day yesterday.
I was in Iceland for a tournament in January, and she was there, and her team almost won.
Yeah.
Wow. Good for her.
Yeah.
Also, Erin Silverstein's daughter is gonna probably be a pretty good bridge player as well. She's got a lot of bridge under her belt already. She's also very young. And then the kid here, the 14-year-old, playing as well.
Well, if you start out young and you've got the passion, and you can, it just helps so much.
Totally.
I remember Finn as a 13-year-old, and he's as good as anybody right now, or close to it, right?
Yes, for sure. Yeah, so Al Hollander is our statistician in the chat. Olivia born in 2005, and then the other kid puts her to shame, born in 2010. So you have just the bridge is alive and well in the U.S. Especially, I'd love that everyone's just in the open trials as well. Not that they can't
Oh,
play the other trials, but
I'd say it's more on life support, but it's a nice thought that it's.
well, at least at the top levels, there's some very good younger in the contention. So not as many as maybe there used to be, but I mean, Mitch, you're helping with that, especially with everything you're doing for the college kids.
Well, there's a lot of people who are doing a lot of great things on that front, and all it takes is mentoring someone in your local club, going to a high school or a college. I mean, there's so many of us who just want the game to continue.
Yep.
Well, it looks like the defense is going to get one more trick here. Let's see. No, actually, not. Yeah, one more trick is all they're going to get, the high trump.
Yep. King of clubs. And that will be down one, which is a little bit of a swing, right? That's going to be 50-50.
So what's happening in the Bailey match now? Where is that match?
I will tell you right now. Bailey is now. Wow, it is super close, guys. It's within two now.
So let's go over that match for a
I
little
think we
bit.
might have it right
Great
here.
idea.
To be fair, there it is. Boom. Let's refresh though. I don't think that score is live. This maybe just was a dead window for a while. There it is, guys.
There we go.
Boom. Ooh, this is the this is gonna be a swing. Six clubs was played in the other room for 1370, and these guys are playing 3 no trump. So Bailey's gonna gain on this one quite significantly. It looks like.
Let's see what the cards were and look at the auctions at the two tables. Can we do that?
I think I tell you what. Why don't we hop on the scorecard and look at the other table first,
All right, good idea.
and then we'll back into the other one. So a club by East, and then just that inverted raise. Two hearts, three spades. Guessing is a splinter there. 3 no trump is. Is that an offer probably, or looks like it might
Two
have been.
clubs, inverted, two hearts, something. Three spades is a splinter.
Yep.
Reno
Greenish
is
offer.
Reno's
Offerish.
big
Yeah,
card.
offer. Four
And
spades show the void.
Yeah,
now,
four space six clubs.
it's interesting. One of the things that's interesting to me about this is that Aaron Jones never been diamonds.
Yeah.
I mean, I might, and you know your chances are good. You might get a spade preempt at some point when you're looking at a void, and partner can have his most four spades. But if you bid diamonds first, then you're going to describe your hand a little bit better. On the other
But
hand,
you may not have described, your fit
on the other
possibilities before that expected spade bid, though, as you're talking
but
about. That's
on
the
the
rough.
other, yeah. So it's interesting. Um, but they got to the right spot, and there's not much to say. So let's look at the other
And
one.
this was the start of the auction at the other table as well. And there it is.
Let's see.
Oh, they completed the board, so we can see their final result now. There it is. So it was a club, two clubs, 3-0. No further explanation necessary, apparently.
Maybe they're
Um,
not playing 2-0 Trump is forcing. No, I would
Two
expect.
knows probably not forcing.
Yeah,
Right.
and that's just the way they ripped it through.
Now
It's
I'm
hard
not
for
really
Finn.
I'm not really crazy about passing three no trump with this other hand. I have a lot more empathy for it at imps. I'm sorry, at pairs, but here, um, I would, I would be. I mean, I might be right, but I'd be a little nervous.
All right, so let's get back to the action at this table because it is. I mean, it was much closer than it just was, but it's still pretty darn close. 11 imps, and still a few boards left here. Is this the table we want, or do we want young Kolesnik here? I like this table a little bit.
Okay, let's stick here. And Ish is so talented,
Yeah.
and really is just a superb card player. It's fun to watch him in action. So maybe we'll see something
And
good from.
this pair was part of that winning Vanderbilt team, right? Was it the Vanderbilt or the Spin Gold? I can't remember, but they.
It's a Soloway it was.
Oh, maybe. Oh, that's
So,
right. The solid. Wow, that what a grind. That's almost like this event, basically. Except 2 day matches. It's a full day match for what? How long did that last for? Is it 8 days usually? It ends on the Ace of Spades. Straightforward. The other table is sold out for 2 spades, so they're playing 2 spades in the East at the moment, while this table sweats out 3 clubs. Looks like
So two spades is going down, and now let's see what happens in three clubs.
clubs is interesting. 2 spades, a heart, and a diamond. You can probably shake a diamond on a heart,
Diamond, a heart,
maybe rough a diamond,
spade,
possibly.
two clubs. Diamond, heart, spade. No, two spades is making. You're going to lose two clubs. A heart is three, a spade is four, and a diamond is five. So two spades would have made.
Comes good club switch. Just doesn't know Josh has the queen of spades also. So what's your pleasure here? You win this in your hand and lead a heart and go
That
that
seems
route?
that seems like the way to go.
Yeah, so I didn't know Ish is started in New Zealand, eh? He's not Australian. I thought he was Australian. So Ish started in New Zealand, spent time in Australia, and now yeah, he lives on this side of the pond.
He's in Baton Rouge now, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think he lives in that area.
Corey, where are you from originally?
Philadelphia originally.
Got it. Yeah, you lived there sometime recently too. Like you were back in Philly for a while.
During the pandemic, I was back there for about 6 months or
Yeah.
so.
Met your wife there, or
Uh, we're there. I
yeah,
did. I
nice.
did. Yep. But back happily back in Florida now. Love it down here.
You and me both. I hate winter so much. Just I can't deal with it.
I'm with you.
All right. And now he'll play a diamond towards his hand.
Actually, he wants to score all his puppy hearts too, though. He wants to elope those small trumps.
This is going to work out nicely. Yeah, it goes split, club to the queen, diamond over. Or even better. Sorry. And he knows he can safely rough hearts. All right.
Okay, well,
9 tricks. And the other
Yep.
table's still in the effort of playing 2 spades.
well done, Josh Dunn.
Yeah.
220, another six, right?
And that's I mean, this might be this and the other match are going to be the two to watch for the rest of the day, I think, gentlemen, unless we have some real big comebacks in one of those other players.
You know, one thing I just want to point out, Josh is playing both with Bill Bailey and RT Baragava in this match, and switching partnerships in the middle back and forth is really a Herculean effort. So good for Josh.
Yeah,
Two strong partners he's playing with, but still, it's a lot of work because they do play different cards.
yeah. Josh is the guy that can do it for sure.
Probably doesn't leave him much time between sessions to tell jokes.
See, exactly, Mitch. He's too one-dimensional bridge-wise. He can't be a good joke teller too. I refuse to believe it.
Trust me, he gets a twinkle in his eye and he tells you a joke. Some of them are funny and some of them are just sick beyond belief.
Well, his demeanor makes him funny in general when he is telling a joke because
Yeah, you're right. I agree.
he's naturally funny in that way.
He's a good man.
Yeah, for sure. And it looks like silence throughout as East West find their way to play what is the question. Will they play 3-0? If they do, that's not going to go too well for them, is it? Clubs aren't doing well. A spade lead is just a nuclear bomb into this hand.
Bill would have to lead a spade, but it's a pretty attractive lead if they get there.
They may avoid it with this auction too, with West having no spade stopper.
Yeah, and thanks. If you guys, I hate to actually even say this, but if you guys are really into resulting, we are on a little bit of a delay. If you want to see the actual live results, if you can't wait, usbf.org for all that stuff, guys. We don't
I
want to
really
ruin
like,
the stuff.
thank you. I really like Finn's bid here. Now he could have bid three diamonds or three hearts to pinpoint where his values are, but three diamonds also has the advantage of providing maximum room for partner to see what they does. And now, when Ish bids three hearts over three diamonds, I think Finn should steer clear of three no trump. If he bids three spades, one could argue that's a punt, saying, I don't have a spade card and I'm warning you. That would be work in some partnerships, or he might just bid four clubs. So or four hearts.
You might
He's
get 4 hearts. Yeah.
yeah, I kind of like four hearts because his partner's hand's unlimited, and he's got excellent support. And again, playing imps, if we got to if three knows the right spot and we get to five of a minor, it's hardly hardly a tragedy. So I actually do like four hearts here.
This is kind of the I smell a rat part of the exploration of three no trump, right? They're both trying to figure out if it's okay, and they both are going to probably realize that it's not.
Besides,
Well,
the 3 spades will probably hear 3 diamonds next, right? Diamonds.
but bear in mind, East hand is unlimited. Okay,
Yeah.
so so West bid three spades, which I'm sure is intended as a punt, saying if you want to bid three no trump, go ahead. But if I had good spades, I could just bid three no myself.
Ish is likely to pattern here.
You'll notice the score change. Bailey's up 17 now. There was that nice swing there. Two spades making two and three clubs making. And what's going to be the decision for Ish?
By the way, five clubs is no picnic. You got the diamond suit is foul, clubs are 4-1, and there's a heart loser. Five clubs is not going to make. So whether they get to three no trump or five clubs, I don't think they're going to go plus. What happened at the other table, incidentally?
They're actually in the process right now. There was the game force, one diamond. It didn't open a no trump, but one diamond, two clubs, two diamonds as a rebid, two hearts, three clubs, three diamonds, three hearts at the moment.
Okay, they might get to five diamonds, which has play, but if you don't double hook the diamonds, you're going to go down.
Is this a time where Finn would offer hearts, though? Is this is still a possibility for them? Or would
I don't
four
know
hearts
what
be
their
something
agreements
else?
are here.
Yeah, this is a weird spot.
You didn't
I
bid
don't
three
think
hearts and
because
I
you're
don't
talking
think
about kickback and weird spots also. Four no
partners
is
are limited.
I don't think four hearts is an option is an offer to play here. If you raise three hearts to four hearts, you could make that case.
got it. So
But
this would be a very super dangerous choice if you wanted it to try to be something else.
now they're on thin ice. We'll see what happens because if 4-0 is some kind of key card, Ish has got controls, but there's a few holes. This is a really difficult. This would be a very difficult hand in any partnership.
In fact, this might be a good time to look at the frequency on this hand
yeah, let's
because
just look at this. Let's look
What's
at this
the
board over all
let's
the.
let's see where they end up
What's the
destination
no
wise.
trump range?
It was
What's the
14 to
no
16,
trump?
I believe, and I think I looked at that. Yeah, 14 to 16. So he opened a shade light, but yeah, that's a pretty reasonable upgrade, don't you think?
No, it is, but I
So
just wanted
that's
to make sure it
13.
was that.
Right. So you're getting a good range of Finn's hand. You mean?
Right, so it's a lower range, so it's getting you to push your. Yeah.
Yeah. And we we have confirmed that in auctions like this, when you have a lot of bidding, and they're already at the six diamond contract at the other table, the bids just start going off the table.
I know that.
So
It's
the other
again, it's
table,
not easy for us looking at all four hands.
the other table is in fact in six diamonds, and I'm gonna get us a frequency of board 28 here. Oh my goodness, all over the place. Two players and five diamonds, three no trump, six diamonds, three spades doubled, six clubs, no one making. No one has made this hand yet. They're all in just unmakeable spots.
Well, it's almost cold. I mean, first of all, you run the 10 of clubs through the jack nine fourth, picking up the stiff eight. Then,
and
and
then,
then,
and then
then
ace
later,
of clubs, club to the
later,
seven.
later on, you run the diamonds through the guy, and then and then North retires and says, "I feel like I've been at the proctologist."
Oh wait, whoa, guys! Four diamonds was construed to be key card for Finn here. Do you see this? Thank you so much,
But he thought so, but
Argron.
clearly he did because Ish bid five spades over four.
Right. So this is one of these like just misunderstandings as far as they're concerned, and he thinks
Yeah. And this is a seasoned partnership, so
Sure.
this just goes to show that even in the most seasoned partnerships, mistakes get made.
So I mean that it's amazing. No one has made anything on this.
No, and no one's putting the cube on the table either. Although North with Jack nine fourth of clubs and King Jack third of diamonds, I mean you're not going to double, but still, they're pretty happy looking at their hand.
So here, yeah, the three spade bit also alerted as I don't know what the heck that is, but like we said, maybe punting.
No agreement, right? Just
So this is
awaiting the.
good. Thank you so much.
So has anyone gone plus east west with these cards at all the tables you looked at?
Yes, somebody did because there was a person or a pair playing spades on this with the north south cards. But one thing, there's Finn and Ish play 4-0 trump is never key card in a minor. So other bids could be, but 4-0 trump is never key card for them in a minor. That's their agreement, which seems kind of normal at this level.
Yeah, I like that agreement a lot, actually.
Could be that four of either minor would be natural and key card ask. Okay, yeah. All right, so it looks like they're ending in six diamonds here, just like their other table, which was in six diamonds down too.
What's happening in the Hammond match now?
So Hammond is. Oh, 1 second. Actually, I have to find. I have to go back to our Hammond match over here. Up six now, Hammond, with three boards left. In fact, I tell you what, if we can, let's sweat maybe the rest of this action, and then we'll circle back and probably have the last two boards of Hammond,
Yeah, it's a great idea. It being that
and then
close.
we can we'll get a little sneak peek of the boards we're ending on. And in fact, it might be fun to watch this auction occur again. What do you think?
Well, only if you're a glutton for punishment.
So in the Hammond match, East West in the in one room was in six clubs down one with these cards, East West, and the other
Diamonds
table is
behaved.
bidding it now.
The diamonds behaved and the club behaved. You could make it. You know,
Right?
not so terrible.
I'm sad
Not
to
the best.
say we've all been in worse.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah. Goes to show how valuable the Jack of Trumps is in a slam, right? And the
Hmm.
same if they had the Jack of Clubs and the Jack of Diamonds,
Yeah,
this would just be so much of a better slam.
sure,
The
sure.
big cards.
Well, once again, if I don't do it now, I might forget, gentlemen. Amazing to have you for this broadcast, and I'm sure many more. I don't know, Corey. Obviously, you're welcome anytime, but I think we're going to discuss schedule with a few of you to see you more frequently, especially as we get down to the fun matches when we get right down to the end. So
All right. I might be away though, but it's great to
it
be
doesn't
back.
matter. They have internet on the cruises. You can
Oh yeah, I
just
guess
get
that's
on.
true.
I'm just
Well, I
Yeah,
do have
Corey,
internet though.
Corey, let's
But
face it, if you're on a cruise, you've got nothing better to do than to
Yeah. Those sea days, there's only
Put
so
them
many
to the
pina
phone.
coladas you can slam down. Oh, this is
I do not drink pina coladas on cruises. You're right. It's vacation.
what do they say? The more you drink, the less your cruise cost. Is that how it goes? Or the more you eat, the less your cruise costs? Have you ever done that, Mitch? You ever done the bridge cruise type thing? I did in my 20s when I wasn't even playing bridge, but it was a nice way to
I,
travel.
I've never gone on a bridge cruise. I have gone on other cruises and volunteered to give some bridge instruction to people. And and Corey knows this better than either one of us, or certainly better than I do. But the fact is, these people can't see the whole playing field. So you're trying just to get them to a point where they can enjoy the game, take
Totally.
some tricks, but they just don't see the whole playing field.
Yep.
Yeah, you want to be able to give everybody something to take home and to
Yeah,
improve whatever level they're at. You know,
exactly.
And that's
Yeah.
why you're
that's
such a
kind of
good
the big,
teacher,
big
Corey.
concept.
You catch you cast a wide net when you're teaching. Right? You try to give as much. And honestly, a lot of people, even that might consider themselves advanced players, they forget stuff that you're going to remind them of every time. So it's just
It's true. It's a lot. So bridge is so much to pay attention to and learn. And there's always room for improvement. We
Yeah.
see it here.
I have some empathy for them because I've exchanged golf lessons and bridge lessons with some of my friends, and
Good.
their contempt for my golf swing, which I richly deserve. Um,
It has no bearing. Their bridge game is probably not even close. If you have contempt for your golf swing, you should see mine.
well, I played the other day. I played really well, but I know that it's evaporated. So
I mean,
whatever.
I know the courses I play amazing on. If there are 18 holes that are dogleg rights, I'm going to be unbelievably good.
I, that means I suspect that means you're not left-handed.
No, yeah, I'm a righty. Straight. Jay Frizz is on it. Yeah, I slice.
Yeah, I do. I do.
I am like a deli machine slicer. Someone in the chat said it's Al. Actually, I stopped playing golf after perfecting the 4 putt bogey. Also very frustrating. So North wants to make this nice invitational bid. South has just nada, but as you can expect that in a third seed opener. Would West have opened if it went check, check, check to them? I wonder.
It's close. I
Would
mean,
would
That's what
anyone pass this
14
board
piercing
out?
points,
I
five
wonder.
card suit. Finn probably would, I would think, but I could be wrong.
This is board 20, 29, right? Yeah. Yeah, two pairs have decided to pass this out, and others are in varying numbers of no Trump. 2 no Trump doesn't look like it has a really amazing future, guys.
No,
well, you've got three hearts of spade and a club to lose off the top,
two
and
clubs. Right?
well, no, if they slip,
Developing.
they slip and let you score a heart trick. Hold on, you score a heart trick and you knock out the ace of spades. You get three spades, a heart, three diamonds, and if you guess the
Yeah,
clubs, you get tricks.
that's true.
And there's a healthy golf conversation going on in the chat now, guys. See what you've done.
And if you're counting the points, you'll find out that West has the ace of spades and the king, queen of hearts. They don't have the ace of clubs. So you're going to get the club right. All right. In theory.
Yeah, I agree, Corey. Good play by Ish.
Oh, yep.
Good play by Ish. This beats the hand. Let's see. Actually, if you go up with the king of clubs, you block the club suit. But in theory, this might be.
It's pretty tough to play the king here is the right play.
Right.
Well, actually, you know, it's pretty hard to switch to a club from the queen. So I think just the opposite. Fine play by Ish is rewarded
Yeah.
as Bill misguesses. And now they will beat it a trick.
And as you were saying, Ish is a fine card player, proving it once again right there.
Yeah, he put pressure on the declare and gave him a chance to go wrong, and he did. So,
As early as he possibly could.
Yeah, the earlier you do it, as Corey's saying, the less information they have to go on, right? So these decisions are way, way harder at the beginning than they will be. Just a few more glimpses of cards. So, yep. Still just 2 pairs have passed this board out, but this is one, out of any of the boards we've seen, this is one that could potentially do that. Just how can you resist opening in third chair with a hand that's close enough like that?
Yeah, he wants the club lead, that's the deal.
Yeah.
You open up late in third seat.
So we have the Bailey Robinson match at 15. We have this match at 15, or excuse me, the Hammond Simpson match at 8 now. So these are definitely the closest matches for sure. Looks like a board or 2 left on each of these. And Juster Goo is within 20 now. Goo had a 62-17 set, or is in the midst of it right now. So
Wow.
that's been an exciting set for them.
Massive.
79 imps, 62 just for one of them.
Well, that's a match that'll have to be watched.
Yeah. Do you think there's anything to the fact that there's only one slot available? It's just there's just a slight bit of more pressure on all of these teams because there's no side door, there's no like second team going. It's just it feels
It's harder.
like just a little bit more to add to everything. And yes, I would trade bridge lessons for golf lessons and Spanish lessons. Those are the two.
No
Oh,
tennis lessons.
no, I was just gonna say tennis lessons maybe. Massage therapy also definitely trade bridge lessons for hour by hour basis for sure. Wondering what we can see in the offing in the next hand if we have it at any table. There is going to be a swing in the Simpson Hammond match for sure. In fact, if we can, here you go. They're finishing up 5 clubs when their partners were in 6. So if they go down one less or if they make it, could they make this? I'm not really looking at.
They guessed the diamond right. This is the one with the shit.
So no, they're going down. Just they're gonna go down 2 actually. So this is a swing, just the wrong direction. All right, so Simpson down to 4 now. It looks like, or did they already post that? I can't tell if that has gone in. 6. Yep.
There's a match.
Yep. This
There's
is
a match.
definitely the closest we have at this point. Even though, I mean, Bailey Robinson is certainly going to be close as well.
And one of the things to bear in mind is Bob Hammond is a national treasure. He will be playing the last segment. That I would bet on.
And here we'll see what Babu's choices are here. I mean, I would open this one club pretty much always in this situation. What do you guys think? Even vulnerable third seed. Why not? Like, what are the arguments against it?
Vulnerable teams, you might get it too high, or you might play the no trump instead of them playing it, where you're going down for a bigger number. You know, if you're opening it, hoping that they play it.
Right, and you get the lead, like you were saying earlier.
But Eddie might give Babu more space over a no trump if they play like a spades unbalanced or something.
You know, it's such a subtle thing, but again, the really pretty play that Ish Del Monte made by switching to a club at the critical point in his hand, those are the kind of swings that often are the difference between winning and losing.
Especially in a tight match, right?
Yeah.
Nope, same auction.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard for North to dial it down, right? With that, I mean, it's
No, North has to go. His partner's open vulnerable.
right, and you might look at that if you're looking, oh, it's 4-3-3, but I mean that's 11 with lots of good cards in those chunky spots.
Yeah, you have those intermediate spots,
Yep.
hearts and spades. So
we could see if John can find the play too. If he doesn't find it, Eddie will definitely count the points, figure this out.
Yeah, in fact, in the chat talking about possibly getting too high. I mean, that was pretty common on this end. almost anybody that decided. A couple people passed it out because if South passes West, will probably just float this. But I mean, anybody that's opening the South hand is probably going to end up a little bit too high. Even if you end in 1 no trump, it's kind of a gift. Once again, thanks for watching on Twitch, YouTube, all the places you're watching, right here on Lovebridge also. If you have any issues with the broadcast, let us know. I'm trying to make it as good as we can. Not
By the
personal
way,
issues.
I wouldn't overcall a diamond with Greg Hinsey's hand, but this would really be an uncomfortable hand to declare if the opening lead had been a diamond.
Gotcha. Because essentially it's not producing anything but goodness for them, essentially. They're not giving anything up by it. They're getting more of a tempo on that.
There's the spade back.
Now, do you think East should have any clue as to whether to switch to a spade or a club based on the way the cards have been played? So specifically on the third round of hearts, a world-class declarer, instead of pitching a spade, pitched a club. Is there an inference to be drawn there, or not, you don't think so?
I think there's an inference to be drawn by West's hearts that they played back since North was known to have a 4-card suit, right? So they were known to have 3 hearts to begin with when they won the ace. So ace low higher, ace high lower should be the suit preference signal.
He found the guess of clubs as you guys were talking about, and there's
Right.
making 2,
I
and
think that's where I would play the signal.
there's another look at how good Ish's play was at the other table, just
Yeah,
underleading
great
that
play.
club. There it is, plus 120. So win 1, it looks like.
What? Oh yeah.
Right? Yeah, sorry.
When
Win 1. So it's a 5. After this many boards, 5 imp separates these teams. And this is the last chance to excel, gentlemen.
This doesn't look like a very interesting hand.
It doesn't. In fact, we can. Why don't we take a little peek at some results? In fact, this is the end of that, so we can go home here, and let's just take a little look at the matches. This last board isn't going to be too much, but here we go. Leibowitz has taken command of this match after a 63-17 set. Fleischer way ahead, just kind of playing to a kind of a flattish set score-wise, meaning, or not flattish, 4-point difference. Rosenthal, big set, now up big also. Bramley still ahead, but Shearson caught up here. They were actually down pretty big early. They had a good second half of that set.
We're still down a lot.
Yeah, here are the juicy matches, though. Right? Sorry, guys. Let me give you the full view of that.
And as you pointed out, the Juster match has become a match. So
It
that's
has. In fact, it's even closer than it was. It's down to 16 now after a huge set for Gu there. So in the next 2 sessions, folks, this is the bottom of the bracket here, tables 5, 6, and 7. That's what we're going to be focused on. And I'd like to thank you both for joining. Mitch Dunitz, Corey Krantz, legends here. Thank you so much for joining. And all of you watching out there, tell your friends, tell your family. Bridge is going on live right here, wherever you're watching. So take care, folks, and we'll see you for the next set in a couple of hours.